But you hear this government over and over again say, life has never been better for everyone here. Enjoy what you have and enjoy what we give you. The number that we heard today of Canadians in poverty could rise. It rises to 30% for Canadians aged 18 to 30 and to 44.5% for single-parent households, while 42% of renters can't afford 2 or more household essentials. 21.7% of Canadians can't cover an unexpected expense of more than $500, while 8.8% of Canadians can't pay their bills on time. On top of this, 7.2% of Canadians can't afford to heat or cool their homes. The truth is that working Canadians will have to foot the bill for this government's spending once again. And this government talks about tax fairness. Never have Canadians have had a bigger tax burden than after 9 years of this Liberal NDP government. Let's start with the carbon tax scam. A scam that they hid from Canadians recently. Madam Speaker, did you know that they had a gag order on the PBO that was asking them to release a report, a damning report, that proved that the carbon tax scam committed $30 billion of economic vandalism. $30 billion that was taken away from the economy, taken away from workers, taken away paychecks from workers, investment into things like equipment and other capital. No wonder Canada's productivity is as worse as it was in 2014. In fact, it's 7 straight quarters of productivity decline. What does that mean? To the average person, that means Canadians are poor. And it's easy to tie that in with the poverty report that we see today. Despite the sunshine that this Liberal NDP government tries to portray with their economic vandalism over the last 9 years, the reality is that Canadians are more poor than they've ever been before, and it's only getting worse. They introduced tax hikes like the carbon tax scam. But the fact that they hid this damning report from their department, and it took the PBO the courage after Conservatives put pressure on to release this report that proves $30 billion was hid of hidden costs of this scam on Canadians. They sold this scam as something that would automatically fix the environment. They tell you that if you pay a little bit more tax, we'll pour it over top of these forest fires and we'll put them out. The reality is that emissions have gone up, that those forest fires haven't gone down. Every claim that this government had that this carbon tax scam was to fix the environment was false. Their own department admitted that they don't tie in how much of this carbon tax scam is related to so-called what they say is it fixes climate change. It doesn't work like that. And that's why they're not tracking it. Even they know it's not worth the cost. Their ranking on climate change index fell. It fell 4 spots, 62 out of 67 on the world stage. The PBO also said that Canadians pay more into this tax than what they get back. The claim that 8 out of 10 Canadians get more back in rebates than what they pay into it is false. And the PBO proved that over and over again. 6 out of 10 households are worse off because of this scam than what they pay into it. And there's another part to this whole thing. It's called carbon tax scam 2, the clean fuel regulation. That has 0 rebate, and it affects every single Canadian in every province. And the PBO yesterday admitted to me that if a majority of Canadian households are worse off with carbon tax scam 1 that has these phony rebates in it, then when you factor in carbon tax scam number 2 that has no rebates on it, overall, a majority of households are still worse off. And then on top of all of that, they introduce a job-killing capital gains tax hike, which is a direct attack on hardworking farmers, fishermen, physicians, tradespeople, home builders, and of course small business owners. Just today we heard from a plumber at Finance Committee talking about how his small business is his retirement savings. I know many people that live in Calgary Forest Lawn that left the countries where they were from, took this big risk to come here. They took the risk because they wanted to come to a country that they were promised that if you worked hard, you could make something of yourself and leave something for your kids. But after 9 years of this Liberal NDP government's failed economic policies, that Canadian dream that they were promised is broken. It's gone. We heard from a farmer today who all he wanted to do was work hard, make food for Canadians, and leave his farm for his 4 daughters. But once again, this job-killing capital gains tax hike will ensure that less will go to his kids and their kids, and more will go to this greedy government.